What's up?
Yeah.
Cry, just have to cry. Arjun, leave the bits. 600. Goddamn. Grays, 48 months. Kira at the 45 months. Congrats on the Stairmaster progress, EB. Keep going, dude. Archer, thank you for the 46. BC, thank you for the 30. Ellie Pelly, thank you for the 8. Ishmael, thank you for the 6. Drop Shot, thank you for the gifted subs. W gifted. Blacklaw, thank you for the 18. Omni, thank you for the 31. Drop Shot with the 3 months as well. Charlie with tier 2 of 53 months. Guys, what a great day. Did I read subs from yesterday? Which, thank you for the 28 months. Ryle, thank you for the 17 months. That's a fart month. Luxoxy, thank you for the 17 months. That's a fart month. Biggest, thank you for the 35 months. That's a double fart. No, it's not. Fuck you.
Hell yeah, brother.
After Elijah, thank you for the 15 months. Archer gave 10 subs yesterday. Mikey with the 41 months. Aether with the 34 months. 1,000 bits from Archer as well. Cool Zex with the 47 months. Unbugged with the 26 months. That's as far back as my... It's as far back as it goes.
Hello.
I don't know if we have anything else. Cambo, thank you for the 53. Dragon, thank you for the... Oh shit, RuneScape banger.
Forever jealous of you lucky fucks who can eat pineapple. My allergic reactions is too severe now to tempt fate. Frown.
Good morning, chat. How's Juliet feeling today? Much better. We think that the change in formula really made a difference.
My watching streak is dead, but
She's just like calm and not irritated. So we're thinking it was like a milk protein issue. So she's doing awesome. But yeah, I'm glad I ended stream yesterday. It was bad. She was very upset from the from just the vaccine shots she got. But she's doing much better today. She got out of her system yesterday. I had to sit there holding her completely still for like 30 minutes or so. I was like,
shits in your pants.
It was wild. It would have taken me a while to get back on camera, so it was a good call to end stream. But doesn't matter because we're back. So we're gonna do what we wanted to do yesterday, which was watch some true crime. Sorry, I haven't uploaded any reactions in 2 days because we don't have any.
Pineapple that make your tongue all tingly also make it so that if you put raw pineapple in jello, it will not set up.
Is that why Jello's always at the fucking bottom? Or pineapple and Jello's always at the bottom? That bastard. So, we're going to react. We're going to watch some true crime. But after that, we have a sponsor. That's right, baby. A game came out today called Dead as Disco, and we're going to play it. So, Not yet. Shush, shush, shush. Not yet. Everybody calm down.
54 months yippee and on crime time. This is amazing. Also,
am I in it? No.
/J and freaks.
But I would be if they asked ever. That would be cool. This game is, from what I understand, and I'll tell you guys a little bit. I'll actually just like read the store page thing. So you guys kind of have something to look forward to afterwards. So we're going to watch the videos we were supposed to watch, get that done, and then I'm going to do my little segment spiel, and we're going to play a game, and it's going to be kind of cool because Deadass Disco is a martial arts meets music video game. Neon-drenched beat-em-up where every punch, kick, and combo syncs to the music. That is including your own music, by the way. That's like an important piece that they've talked about. You can do your own music, and the game like knows what to do. So I'm very interested in what's happening with that. But we're not talking about that yet. We're not talking about that yet. Please say we're watching the wizard video. It's been sent like 13 times in Discord. Okay, Lake, send me the link right now. We'll watch it since y'all don't shut up about this thing. It can't be that good, right? Yeah, like it can't be that funny.
After you ended stream yesterday, a few of us played 2 Truths and a Lie in offline chat.
That's epic. Where is it? Sent? Oh, Discord. All right. Anyway, once again.
On a quiet...
Shush. So once again, we're going to watch these videos and then we're going to do that sponsor. So I hope to have your guys' attention for not only the videos, but also the sponsor because the game is on sale. And also you guys clicking the referral link is good. It like looks good. Shows that like these are worth it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Thanks to the Prime sub, Parasol. Welcome to the Freaks W's in the chat. Somna, thank you for the 54. EB, thank you for the bits again. Body Clock 21. Funny with the 65. Lilia with the 40. Imp with the 21. All right. Welcome to the video today. We're going to be watching some true crime videos. That's right. Nothing new here. If you don't already know, a lot of these videos come from the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord already, you can go in there and send some video.
Also, if Resident Evil and Grounded had a baby, it'd be Resident Weevil. Just thought you should know.
I'm busy. We have a React Suggestions tab in the Discord. You can suggest videos from. A lot of these come from there. So join the Discord if you haven't already. If you're watching this on YouTube, that means you missed the Twitch stream, but I stream almost every single day. I stream almost every single day except Sundays. So hopefully you can catch some. Not necessarily true crime, but sometimes true crime. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe because I like to see those numbers go up. That's very cool. It makes me feel validated in what I do. Intro time. Don't call me gay. That's mean, I think. Does that mean? So you think gay is an insult? Shit. No. Damn it. All right, I'm ending stream. It's over. All right. Let's do this. What the fuck? My Switch is on. Get that out of here. That was the wrong scene anyway. All right. We're going to watch this wizard thinks he isn't getting the death penalty video because you guys won't stop sending this to me. This is not, I mean, I'm going to guess it's satire.
On a quiet Saturday, June 14th at 4:23 a.m., the eldritch entity known as Pantalagon emerged from his spectral sarcophagus and rained chaos upon the entire northern continent, including the territories of Skeent.
Not Skeent, bro.
Eyewitnesses claim that the stars were blotted out in an unholy darkness as blood rained from the skies and fire erupted from the deep.
Oh, shit.
The resulting epic of pandemonium and terror, thereafter known as the Great Cataclysm.
Me when I'm hungry.
Big number, and the second time I've subbed to Sneeg where in 2 weeks.
Only
from
one wizard
graduating.
could have possibly caused this shit.
Come in.
Sorry about the wait. It's literally hell on earth out there. Can
What?
I get you anything? You all right? Maybe water or maybe a flagon of ale?
Could I have a mana potion?
What the wizard?
No.
This is Lieutenant Braunwick Kettlecap, lead investigator of the Thistlewood Town Guard.
This is
He was a
ridiculous.
volunteer man-at-arms in the Battle of Timid Kings and has an impressive record of over 14 convictions and 25 beheadings.
Whoa.
During our examination of this footage, we will be analyzing the
21
interrogation
moths and
tactics
eldritch
used by the
horrors are
guardsmen,
invading.
as well as
Peak.
the overall behavior and psychology of the suspect in question.
You've been a busy wizard. Possession of an unregistered homunculus. Astral
is ridiculous.
projection in a restricted dimension.
Hey, dipshit, go fuck yourself.
Possession of
Anyways,
chaos
I've been
crystals
fucking
with
your mom
intent
and
to
on the low like
distribute.
honestly,
no
bro.
intention of sharing
Anyways,
those. Those are for me.
again, fuck you.
Grant
What? What? Hello? Why did I just get shot like 5 times? Hello?
sentience to a flammable object. And you
Thanks for the money,
pirated a sea
dick.
shanty.
What
That's
the
quite
hell?
the rap sheet.
Don't forget melting a pig.
Melting.
Melting
Didn't
a
see that
pig.
here. Uh-oh.
This is Trismegistus Conethorpe, also known as the Wizard Magius, disgraced member of the Round Council.
Uh-oh.
Already on probation with the Shadow Star Alliance and wanted by the Mad King for crimes against insanity, he's about to find himself in some seriously hot cauldron water.
Anti-magic manacles, pal. Not gonna work. Fuck! You have the right to remain silent. You have waived the right to cast silence. Where were
Bruh.
you on the night of the third moon cycle?
I think I was in my tower doing a potion.
Doing a potion.
What's that?
I don't know.
Yo, we're gonna go do a
Never
potion.
seen that before.
We've found this in your bag of holding.
I was holding that bag of holding for a friend.
It's
Real.
the Obama-nomicon.
No.
One of the
what?
12 forbidden tomes.
Am I under arrest? Look at the body language here. Notice how the cone of his hat is angled away from the investigator. Already a clear sign of discomfort. This wizard is nervous.
To Magius, my partner in crime.
Awesome.
Happy 423rd.
Oh my
man.
God, it's so. How did he know? That's so true.
Oblivicus the Shadowmancer.
Not the made-up body language
I'm
analysis.
424, so that really could be anybody.
Seems familiar.
Named Magius.
Look, possession of something like this alone could land you in prison for a long time.
Please, no prison can hold me.
No, not prison. Prism.
Oh, yeah. That could hold me. Prism is jail for wizards.
Wizard jail.
Lot of dark magic in here. Power word peel. Shrink helmet. Slurt. It's got slurt. I mean, these spells are all super illegal.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what those are.
What's decapistrate?
If I had to guess. And your penis off at the same
15
time.
moths.
But again, I really wouldn't
I
know.
had to cancel my sub temporarily
That is.
because I became a mega broke uni student, so I'm very happy
about
to support
Glory
my
Portal?
favorite wet wipe again.
Glory Portal. A 5th level conjuration spell that summons a tomato-sized portal to the suction dimension at
The
waist height.
suction
The
dimension.
portal lasts about 1.5 to 6 minutes, or until the caster is done using it. The spell requires concentration. I wouldn't even begin to know what that is, or why anyone would cast that spell.
Really? Because you bookmarked it right here.
The bookmark photo.
I've never seen that bookmark in my life. The guard is getting
51
nowhere and will
This
now
is
need
awful.
to apply pressure using a number of sophisticated psychological techniques from his investigative tool belt.
You like that? You like the big pliers on your hand? Okay, here's a hot poker.
By allowing the pliers to remove the suspect's fingernails and also jamming a hot poker into his head, the investigator has subtly changed the atmosphere of the room, ever so slightly increasing the chances of a confession.
So true.
Okay, fine, fuck, it's mine!
He's building rapport right now.
All right, good. Now we're getting somewhere. So what is it you do exactly for the Round Council?
Paperwork? I'm basically a glorified scribe.
Really? Because it says here that you're in charge of a pretty important artifact. A Tharxian warding crystal?
Oh my.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I mean, we have ways of finding out.
Okay, like you have the mana to cast Cone of Truth. But you legally have to tell me if you're casting Cone of Truth. That's the law. This is false. A deputized Teravian guardsman is legally allowed to use deception when casting Cone of Truth. However, he would technically also be inside the Cone of Truth, and would therefore be unable to lie. But if he could, he would totally be allowed, legally speaking. But most guardsmen would just put a hot iron in his pee hole.
So, it'd be pretty bad if something happened to your artifact, right?
I mean, nothing happened. But even if something did, I think it'd be fine. It would not be fine. There are exactly 8 Tharxian warding crystals, each placed at the top of a tower, guarded by the highest-ranking wizards of the Round Council. These towers are perfectly positioned to form a gargantuan magic circle. When activated, this circle forms an arcane bond strong enough to seal the spectral sarcophagus at its center, entombing the great demon lord, Pentalagon.
Classic.
If even one of the crystals were to be destroyed, or simply removed from its tower,
That seems like a
the spell
terrible
would be
design.
broken, and Pentalagon would be free to bring about the Thaumacism.
That seems like a terrible design. Why
Yeah.
not make it to where
Probably
all of them
nothing
have to
bad.
be taken away?
And you're sure nothing accidentally happened to it?
Yep.
Because a lot can happen in a wizard's tower. A stray spell knocks into a cauldron, golem steps on it, I don't know, falls into a hole.
It wouldn't fall into a hole.
How about sucked into a hole?
I don't even know why you would ask that, because mine is completely safe. All the way up at the top of my tower.
Found that in the suction dimension. Really only one way it could have ended up there. How do you think that happened?
I don't know. Could have been like a glory portal.
What?
Probably a glory portal.
Huh.
Oh my God! Are you
Mages.
seriously suggesting that I'm some sort of vile pervert who would summon an illegal portal to a realm of infinite suction of unlimited torque? Just so I can what? Just jam my little wizard dingus in there, get my magic rocks off, and in the process, I maybe accidentally made the portal a little too big, made it a little too strong.
that's not-
Sucked up all my magic shit, including
Sucked
my
up.
artifact, because that
Sucked up all my magic shit.
did not happen.
That's exactly what happened. Shortly after this interrogation, authorities were able to confirm this very narrative through eyewitness testimony of an unlicensed homunculus, along with this subpoenaed footage from Magius's orb.
Tower orb cam.
Unfortunately, at the time, the guardsman was unaware of these developments.
You're right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, good.
That accident didn't happen.
Great.
Because I think you did it on purpose.
What?
On the night in question, mere hours before the thaumacism began, Oblivicus the Shadowmancer was seen in attendance at the bone spire of Galatrax the Defiler, where the two of them raised an undead horde. The horde
my.
then immediately bent to the will of the far greater nearby evil, Pentalagon. The investigator is now attempting to claim Magius was present during these events in order to cement him as a dark mage and establish a motive.
Can anybody
of
at the Bone Spire
intentionally
confirm?
freeing Pentalagon.
I'm not from there,
Nice
so I wouldn't know.
try. You almost got me with the whole pervert and denial act.
Right.
You monster. I'll have you decapitated for this.
Well, hold on.
Knowing what we know now, the guardsman is mistaken. We'll have to keep watching to see if he's following a false lead, or actually employing an unorthodox approach to obtain a confession.
You raised the guy a horde. Why wouldn't you banish your artifact to set him free?
Oh my God! I literally wasn't even at the spire that night. You can ask Oblivicus.
We already did.
He was at the top of the spire.
What? Oh my God! That's not true. He's literally lying. I totally flaked on those assholes.
To do what?
Now that he's got the wizard in a heightened state of emotion, the investigator will attempt an advanced technique. This method is controversial
go.
for its high rate of false confessions. The method is as follows: sympathize with the suspect, provide relief, establish a rapport, abandon all previous steps, and
Spear?
repeatedly stab them with a spear.
Why did you ditch your friend?
Okay, fine. I was doing the glory portal. I swear it was an accident. You were right the first time.
Yeah, right.
I don't believe it. I swear. I just wanted to get my wand wet. I haven't felt the touch of a wench in ages. I was lonely, okay? I was weak. What do you want me to say? Galatrax? Oblivicus?
That's right, asshole. He admitted it. Yes.
Oh my God.
We totally got you.
Oh my God!
And we got it all on the orb.
No freaking way! Oh, what the shit?
Next time, don't ditch us, dildo.
Oh my God! This was all just a prank. So none of it was real.
Oh no, this was all very real.
We're definitely going to Prism.
What?
Okay, sorry about that. Can I get you anything? Water, mana potion?
Magius and Galatrax were sentenced to 2 years in prison and 1,000,000 years in Prism. Oblivicus was rushed to the nearest commune of clerics, but fell off the cart in transit and was cut in half by a wagon wheel. Bronwick Kettlecap was polymorphed into a chair.
No.
He is still a chair. To
No.
this day.
Oh no.
Granting sentience to a flammable object. Casting Thundersphere in a residential hamlet. This one just says you stole.
This is ridiculous. Okay, I see why you guys kept sending it. That was funny.
Look at the comments, they're amazing.
My dumbass actually thought this was a skit at first. Only 1,000,000 years in Prism for summoning an Eldritch Horror in an Undead Horde system is a complete jest. That boy never heard nay growing up, and it shows. Insane how a wizard bringing an end to our reality gets less time than a guy making vitality potions in his basement with his own ingredients. The rich get richer. Should have never spoken without a magic tower assigned lawyer. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled reality.
So asking yet again, anyone know a tome with the glory portal spell? I'll even take a scroll, please.
Okay, bro. And that's enough TTS. Hi, Bubba. All right, we're going to watch a video from Beyond Evil called Killer Has No Idea. Cops found his missing girlfriend in a suitcase. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to detain you for now, okay? Detain you? I'm going to put you in handcuffs. You're not under arrest yet, okay?
15 moths in me.
These officers are booking a man they suspect of driving a stolen vehicle, completely unaware.
What's
that
with
he's
killers in
hiding something
suitcases?
far-
Easily transportable, lots of space. Not really suspicious, depending on where.
More sinister.
That name that you provided is showing as an alien on a criminal homicide.
In the days that follow, this routine arrest will unravel a 3-year-old mystery and expose the horrifying truth behind the most disturbing crime this county has seen in years.
Dude, he has like 3 or 4 different IDs.
Oh boy.
He came home, mentioned something weird about finding a body.
Bro saw body parts in his suitcase and said, "Oh boy."
It was a windy day on October the 14th,
jeez.
2020, when officers of the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office were sent to check out a report of a suspicious suitcase that had been found at an abandoned farm located on Highway T in the community of Wheaton. Parking their vehicles at the entrance road to the property, they made their way further back in among the old buildings. Finally, rounding a bend, they saw it, a large purple rolling luggage piece laying on its back, its handle still extended. The surrounding area had all the looks of a crime scene. There
What a
could be no
weird
doubt. A
way
trash
to
pile was
leave
nearby.
it.
Stacks of surgical-type gloves, cloth, and other debris lay around.
What the
The area was quickly cordoned off, and finally the detectives on scene had to open the suitcase. It was heavy and had stood up to the
People
elements if it
happy.
had been out there for very long. There was no real scent coming off of it, at least temporarily.
actual footage.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can close that.
No
Folded
gloves?
into
Yeah, he
the
had
cramped
gloves on.
suitcase was the body of a Hispanic woman. There could be no question of murder, considering the circumstances.
The whole thing?
Due to the condition of the body, identification and understanding how she had been killed would have to await the work of a coroner. A forensic team was immediately dispatched to the site. Over the next few hours, the suitcase would be properly bagged and removed from the area as teams scoured the site for any clues that could be found. The nearby trash heap seemed to provide a variety of potential clues. Why were there so many examination gloves there, apparently unused? There seemed to be a perfectly serviceable, if not dirty, set of jumper cables, and there were articles of clothing, including a black sock and what turned out to be a well-worn white jacket size 2XL that had been a promotional piece from Monster Energy drinks. The jacket would have a hole in it with what appeared to be blood. The jacket was obviously too large for the person who had been crammed into the suitcase. And what about the graffiti on the concrete wall pylon just behind the suitcase? While highly stylized, it spelled out hybrid moments. Could it have something to do with the case? It is the name of a 1985 song by the Misfits, a song in which lead singer Glenn Danzig belts out the opening line, "If you're gonna scream, scream with me. Moments like this never last." Perhaps it was there long before the suitcase
I was about
and
to say,
the
it's probably
occupant
just been
arrived at
there.
the site. Maybe it was made on that fateful day as some kind of monument to the moment. It most assuredly wasn't painted in the days, weeks, or maybe months afterwards without someone stumbling across the suitcase. In another nearby smaller pile of debris were some torn-covered paperback romance novels.
What?
On the road in, detectives had
Why is there
already
just
run across
shit
a
everywhere?
coverless copy of the collected short works of Mark Twain.
This is the most like crime show crime scene ever. There's just like a bunch of stuff. Why is there just stuff all over this crime scene? Like this,
a book decidedly different from the romance ones whose covers had been removed. A school library card was found not too far
yeah, like
from
did
the
he
Mark
just
Twain
like
book
throw
with
everything
a
out of his
student's
car?
name on it, but no date stamp. The condition of the book and local weather ruled it out as being from the time of the murder. The name would also check out as having no connection. But the other books and their covers, had this just been a place where someone came to read in quiet? Had they been owned by the victim or the killer? One of the books was by Sheila O'Flanagan, entitled He's Got to Go, the story of three sisters in Ireland, each of whom was embroiled in troubled relationships. Perhaps it was just coincidence, or maybe the reader had been in just such a situation.
Just a billion
One that
of
turned
nothing
out in the
burgers on
worst
the
way
scene.
possible. Not too far away, discarded in the dirt, was a single name tag, like one would wear to a service job. It simply read, Rosalie, chairlift operator from Blue Green Vacations, share happiness. Blue Green Vacations is a very popular resort complex in the Wisconsin Dells, some 3 hours away.
That's probably helpful.
Why would this name tag be some 180 miles or 290 kilometers from where it was issued? And what an out-of-the-way spot for
Gee, I
someone to
wonder
have dropped
why.
it here.
What a mystery.
It surely couldn't have been by accident. And if it wasn't, then it might be a clue to begin unraveling the mystery behind this murder. As detectives began tracing down scant leads from the crime scene, word began to move around the
a good
jailhouse,
word. I
and
love
one of the people
scant.
being held there after an arrest that morning said that he could shed some light on who the person was that called it in. At this point, even the person who found the suitcase originally had to be considered as a suspect. The man is Mai Tao, also
True.
known as Rasha, a laborer who had been working recently as a carpet layer but was being held in jail for a probation violation. He says he's been working for Bernie's Carpet Company, and he thinks it was his boss, who is also his girlfriend's father, who made the call about the body.
Is there anything that would be very unusual or something that you may want to bring up to me?
This one time I was at his house, and he came home. I don't know. He mentioned something weird about finding a body. I wasn't sure if it's real or not, but the way his face reacted and everything, I thought it was real. But then I didn't. I just told him, you know, if you did find a body or something, you know, I would suggest you tell somebody, because if I was their parents, I would want, you know, I would want to know if I had a kid who was somewhere, you know, and I would want to know, because, you know, if somebody finds it, you know, I would want to know and get a proper burial for them. And that's really all I said.
What did Bernie say?
Fair enough.
He said like he went he said he went to this abandoned area. Went to this abandoned area and then he saw the suitcase and he opened it and that's what he found. And he scared reported because like he opened it and his print is on it, so he don't know what to do. So
Unfortunately, a valid reaction for a lot of people.
You should at least report it.
A lot of people might be scared to report something they stumble upon because of touching the crime scene.
The detectives attempt to establish some kind of timeline. They're familiar with how aged the corpse seemed to be, but they still don't know an exact time frame until the coroner finishes their work. Any assistance could help them.
When did you recall him saying this?
It was about like probably a little more than a week ago, probably close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
24 moths in my
How many
house.
times has
There's so
somebody told you
many,
they
I
found a
can't
body
find the
before?
bathroom. Also, Terry's a
one
kitty
time.
that lives on
Okay.
campus and
All right.
she's hanging out outside today
Go
happy.
ahead.
But I was really, I really didn't want to, be involved. I really don't want to have anything to do with it because I'm scared myself too because I've never heard such thing before. But I was telling him to report if it's real. If it's real, it's report it. I want to go see it. I don't want to go near it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. That's all I said.
Okay. Have you heard of anything in the news or anything? Okay. So, when Bernie tells you this, you kind of say, hey, do what you need to do, call the police, whatever. Did Bernie ever, you said it was abandoned?
Yeah, he mentioned something about like the place is abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he describe the place at all?
Well, like, we kind of, it's on our way to work, I think.
Okay.
On, Claremont, I think it's on Claremont, it's the same road, Claremont to get to, you drive
Hello
past,
every pony, it's my 37th month anniversary.
Claremont.
Can't stay for long, so I hope
And you
everyone
go
is
past
doing well and
312,
having a good crime time with Fart Boy.
29 or something.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be, he kind of pointed out to me, it's on the left, on the right side, going towards 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he actually drove by with you?
Yeah.
And pointed it out?
Yeah.
What did it look like to you?
Not weird at all.
The buildings are abandoned, like some shacks are like falling down and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could see all this from the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually drive onto the property at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I told him I don't want to go near. I don't want to go near. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm scared. That place looks scary.
Okay. When he drove by and pointed it out to you, did it kind of seem real to you then?
Yeah, I mean, it seems real. It seems scary. It seems like bad. It seems like something's creepy about it.
Okay.
They've got to find out if there's more to this story. The abandoned farm wasn't exactly an attractive spot for people to stop by, and to have gotten that far back on the property raises questions of its own.
So why
Well, that
would
sounds like
Bernie be on an abandoned
sounds like a
farm?
great place to put a body to somebody, or for
Okay.
somebody's logic.
No purpose for him to be on an abandoned farm?
I don't know.
Have you ever gone to any abandoned farms or anything before with Bernie? Okay. And how long have you known Bernie?
About a month and a half, like I said. Yeah.
What the?
That's the first time you met
Oh my
him?
gosh.
Yeah.
They press
I'm
just
gonna
one
put those
more
up there.
time to make sure they're getting the information. The truth can keep them on the right path. A lie could send them anywhere, or could lead them directly, eventually back to the killer as well.
True.
So we're just kind of following up on some rumors. And some of the rumors, we want to clarify whether it's fact or fiction, so to speak. And so one of the rumors was possibly you and Bernie were on an abandoned farm and you may have discovered a suitcase.
Oh no. never been on the farm, never discovered any suitcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if there was such a suitcase or something like Bernie explained to you, and there is further testing and things like that, your DNA or fingerprints or nothing would be on anything, correct?
No.
Okay. Because if you did,
This is really
this
weird.
would be the time to tell us.
Yeah, I've never been to a farm. I've never seen any. I've never seen anything. I've never seen the suitcase that he mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told me that when the same time he told Jen, like his ex-girlfriend or something, Jen at his house.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never.
Who was present when you told him that?
Jen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know her last name?
I don't know, but it's like.
He's got to pinch his mask on his nose. It keeps slipping every time he talks.
So
He's got to give it one of those.
Bernie were together?
Yeah.
What did Jen think about it?
Jen was going great. Jen said you should tell him. You should tell him.
Okay.
You should tell the cop.
Mm-hmm.
I told him the same thing too. If somebody's family and
I mean, he seems.
If I was a parent,
This seems fairly genuine. I mean, he's talking pretty.
I would want to know.
Pretty normally about it, and normal as in like how a person would talk about a dead body, not like it's a regular thing. You know what I mean?
Daughter too. If my daughter's
Like
missing,
how somebody would talk about like
Why do you
that
think
was
it's
weird.
daughter?
Huh? Because he said, because he told me like he think it's a little girl. Because he said he looked at it and the size of the pelvis or whatever. He gave me some details about it.
Tell me about those details.
He just said he think it's a little girl, and he look at the size of the pelvis about this big or whatever, so it's a little girl. He thinks.
Okay.
But
he's pretty definite that he's seen a body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I told him I don't know. I don't want to go near that. I don't want anything to do with that. If there's a body there, I don't want to go near them.
Okay.
While the reason for them being on the property would remain unclear, the lead from the name tag was panning out. The employer, Blue Green Vacations, was able to verify they had a chairlift operator who once worked for them by the name of Rosalie Cindy Rodriguez at the Wisconsin Dells location.
Why did they
She
pause?
would be about 24 years
Why
old
did he
and was
like?
a native of Peru who had immigrated here for work. The detectives
Why is her
quickly
middle
found out
name
that
so
Rosalie
important to
Rodriguez
emphasize?
had been reported missing from her home in
Or is that just the
Reedsburg,
name she's going
Wisconsin
by or
on
something?
the 23rd of July of that year. Could they have found her body stuffed into a suitcase some 2 hours away from her home? The body inside the luggage was obviously female and had long black hair that matched her description. But beyond that, they couldn't be sure. Digging into the missing persons report, they found out that she had been reported missing by her boyfriend, Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia, who claimed he had last had contact with her on the 4th of July 2020. They also found that she and Jose had both been employed by Sprecker's restaurant and pub in the Wisconsin Dells. On the day he reported Rosalie missing, Jose had come by to pick up both his and her paychecks from the restaurant. He had worked his last day just the day before. Detectives would be able to backtrack surveillance cameras to the area to catch a glimpse of Jose's red Volkswagen Passat driving to and from the restaurant on that day. Did they have their man? He was immediately a person of interest in the case, compounded by the fact that he had also apparently fallen off the map at about the same time he reported Rosalie missing. A check of records showed that while Jose had been charged with operating a motor vehicle without a license and a separate case of destruction of personal property in the years before, he didn't have a violent background. But then again, it's not a requirement to have a history of violence to commit murder. While police looked to bring Jose in for questioning, the coroner's office and forensic experts from the state worked to fully and finally confirm the identity of the woman that had been found. Once removed from the suitcase, they could tell that she was a young woman, around 5 feet 2 inches tall, of moderate build. She was Hispanic and wearing a black T-shirt like those worn by workers at Sprecker's restaurant and pub. It was becoming less and less doubtful that this was the missing Rosalie. But she was also apparently not the only life that had been ended and gone into a suitcase to be discarded in a field. Hidden under the body were 2 pregnancy tests. A notepad found inside the case with the body read simply on the cover, "Be your own hero." The remaining badly stained pages inside had nothing written on them. A single contact lens was found in the suitcase as well. Investigators would begin to verify that Rosalie, on July the 18th, 2020, had visited her doctor and had been told that she was 7 weeks pregnant. At the time, Rosalie also had a 5-year-old daughter who was living back at home with her grandparents in Peru. While they had everything pointing to this was Rosalie Rodriguez's body, and they had an idea who their main suspect was, they still needed an official declaration of the identification of the corpse. Genetic evidence and testing would take nearly a year before it was 100% confirmed that it was her. At that time, an arrest warrant was issued for Jose Garcia. He was nowhere to be found. And then one night, out of the blue, some 3 years later, on November the 23rd, 2023...
I'm not saying he didn't do it. I mean, he probably... It's pointing in that direction, but also, like... What's his motivation? Because she was pregnant? I mean, I guess. It's... People do it for less, I guess.
Police from Gladstone, Michigan, alerted the detectives that earlier in the evening they had received a hit on one of their license plate readers of a stolen license plate. It was attached to a red Volkswagen. And when they approached the vehicle parked in the 400 block of Northwest Englewood Road in their town, they found Jose Garcia behind the wheel. As they booked him...
I don't know why I'm saying that. They literally... This was the start of the video. They showed him at the start of the video. Why am I even like, I don't know if he did it or not.
For the stolen plate,
completely like
went off in the system that he was wanted for murder.
My brain like totally forgot about this part.
I'm just going to detain you for now, okay?
Huh?
I'm just going to detain you for now, okay? Detain you? What does that mean? I'm going to put you in handcuffs. You're not under arrest yet, okay?
I mean, he basically is, but...
Just before you arrest me, can I call someone real quick? Yeah, we can get you a phone call in a second, okay? Do you have any weapons I could poke?
If he tries to leave, he's arrested. That's the fun part.
I'm just detaining him for now. Do you have any weapons on you? Unless it's just your phone. Alright. I'm gonna put you in the car, okay? Like I said, you're just being detained, okay?
Okay, so I'm going to jail?
No, you're just being detained. Just have a seat in here, okay?
But can I make a call real quick?
Not right now. Homicide for a child getting drowned, right?
Like a 1-year-old dead body. He tried to hide it.
Piece of shit.
What?
Yeah.
It's probably, yeah. Unless that's not him, and it's...
No, dude, that's his...
It's 100% him.
Yeah, 100%.
We got his fingerprint.
Yeah. Dude, he has like 3 or 4 different IDs.
None of those IDs come back to him. Even the Mexican one. Alright, man. So here's the deal. You're under arrest for, you have a warrant out, alright?
No.
So you're under arrest for that. And you're also under arrest for the stolen plate, too. And also the false info, because all the names that you gave us did not come back to your actual name. Okay?
So...
You're going to be going to county jail.
Jose would be brought back to Wisconsin and charged with first-degree murder, intentional homicide of an unborn child, and hiding a corpse. He would initially tell investigators that he had broken up with Rosalie on July the 3rd after finding out that she had been cheating on him and that she was pregnant with another man's child. He would plead not guilty. It would take almost 2 more years before the case would come to trial, and before it could fully move forward, Jose took a plea deal to accept a conviction of first-degree reckless homicide in exchange for the other charges to be dropped. The charge would have carried up to 60 years of maximum sentence. Instead, Judge James Isaacson handed down a sentence of 25 years in prison with 15 years of supervised probation following. He would also be credited for the 525 days he had spent in jail awaiting trial. He would also be forced to pay $10,141.09, his entire worth, in restitution. During the trial, there were numerous outbursts from Rosalie's family, who had traveled from Peru to see justice done. Her sister continually shouted "murderer" at Jose. The family had requested that Jose be given the maximum sentence allowed by law.
I'd say the judge ruled in our favor, but I would have liked the harshest penalty. but we're respectful of the laws here. This criminal, Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia.
Unfortunately, that's why
may he
plea
rot
deals
in jail.
exist.
He had no compassion for 2 lives.
She came here with big dreams.
Yo siempre he vivido triste al perder a mi hermana. Le di la confianza como parte de la familia que me contaran lo sucedido.
I trusted him, and as he was part of our family, I asked him to tell me what had happened.
He got away. Never thought he'd be captured.
Que descanse en paz, pero Jehová Dios que lo tenga en su gloria. Te amo, hijita.
Dang.
Jose would address the court and say, I know that words will not change anything. It doesn't matter what I say. They won't change their opinion. But I am here, and I will accept the punishment. I want to tell them that I am so sorry. And I think that's all. What can I say? The judge in the case would remind those in attendance that closure for the family was of the highest importance. As a final part of the ruling, he ordered that Rosalie's body finally be released to the family so that it could be returned to her homeland and she could be laid to rest. A case could be made that the justice served to them that day was watered down, and Jose could well walk free before he turned 60. Rosalie and the unborn child she carried might well be forgotten by everyone but her family by that time. We would like to extend our sincere condolences to the family and friends of the victim.
Well, maybe move your suggested video from the picture, man. Yeah, I mean, it is fair to be disappointed in a lot of ways, especially if they're the family. Unfortunately, like, plea deals exist for reasons just like this. They said it, I think if I remember right, it said it took 2 years for them to even go to trial. It took a year for them to even get exact DNA evidence. So, like, you know, we're talking half a decade of time, basically, since she was gone for even any sort of retribution and sense of justice. I mean, that's a long time. But that's why the plea deals system exists. It's like there's so many cases and so many things to get done, and lawyers and courts and judges have so many cases to go over and handle individually, that like plea deals exist because it's like, listen, man, you're guilty as shit, and you can say not guilty, and that's your right. But if you just admit to it, we'll get rid of all this other shit. You get seen guilty for the big one, and you get to get out earlier. That way, everybody kind of saves time. Family gets a good ending quicker, like, etc. Yeah, I did also notice that that translator wasn't exactly like correct. Like, she said stuff about being sad about her sister, etc., and they didn't say anything about being sad or anything. Like, I absolutely heard like triste, like I heard sad, I heard a bunch of other stuff, and it was just like 5 words the translator said. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I mean, you know, it's sad, man. I mean, like, I don't know how I would feel if I was the family. It's like, you know, they get justice in a lot of ways, and in a lot of big ways. 25 years is a long time. And then after that, he's basically in, observed punishment for 15 as well. It's not like long enough. Nothing's long enough. Ultimately, nothing's long enough. But at the same time, a lot of the justice system is built, or should be built, around reform. Not that murderers are like the top people to be reforming, but if your system's built on reformation and getting people to change their ways, unfortunately, murderers fall under this topic of reformation, and like they technically need as equal of a chance as everybody else, depending. Obviously, there's a lot of nuance to this. So we don't even have to get into this black and white debate about like, yeah, but like serial killer, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that's way different. Way different, right? Prison is meant to reform. It's not used that way. It's not continued to be built that way. That was the main purpose, and that's what the focus should be. I think like families still deserve to feel like they were given their due justice, but also lawyers need to not take over a year on the same case, on one case. And that's one case out of probably 40. They have a lot to do. So it's like, you know, it's something like that. It's just how it's got to be. Do I think some crimes that people committed cannot be rehabilitated? I mean, yeah. I will be hypocritical in that regard. Like, if you're a pedophile, you got to go, man. Like, you gotta sit and rot. Like, that's just fucking gross. You gotta be all kinds of fucking wrong to even go that far. Especially if there's victims. Especially. You gotta go. There's, you know, like I said, there's a lot of nuance. And crime is a very objective thing. Like, people would do some things and not do the others. Some people feel different about some crimes than they do others. Some people feel more punitive about some crimes than they do others. Like, that's kind of the issue, is like, at the end of the day, like, no matter what the system decides to do or the process and the speed in which it happens, like, somebody's going to be unsatisfied with what goes down on some side of the courtroom. And it's like, narrowing the focus onto a particular idea of reformation is more important than being like, is everybody satisfied with this outcome? Because if we walked around the courtroom making sure everyone was satisfied, the court cases would quadruple in time spent. And they would never finish, probably, because somebody's going to be objective to or object against something. You know, nothing would get done. So I hope the families actually satisfied about this. I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible stuff, man. I mean, as a parent, that's upsetting. Like, that should be a moment of excitement and celebration, not that. You know, that should be something you celebrate and are excited about and look forward to and try to do your best to be a part of it. All sorts of stuff. Obviously, like, you know, everybody's situation is different, but, you know, there's ways to handle those things. That's why those choices exist. Or why they should exist, I guess. Yeah, man. Cool. New video. We're going to watch a Midwest safety video called Large Response After Killer Ambushes a Cop. Very cool. We'll see what this ends up becoming. A little bit of a vague title, but kind of an idea. That made me jump, bro.
Ah! Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm hit!
I don't even see where that's coming from.
Shot! 924, I'm hit. I need medical at Wood.
What a start, bro.
He's still shooting. He's at Wood at that original address.
Where is he shooting from? Where are the shots from?
924, I was hit in the chest.
Damn, I am late, but down.
Right shoulder, upper right shoulder. The suspect somewhere on the 1700 block of Wood. I believe the shots were coming upward. I got hit by about 3 rounds to my squad. One hit me in the shoulder.
Ouch. How big of a magazine does that guy have? Well, depending on the gun, probably 30. If it's like a big gun. Pistols can carry 16. I mean, he might have reloaded. They can carry upward, I mean, like as little as 8 or as much as 16-ish, whatever's right here. So, okay. I don't know. It just depends. They could have reloaded.
Squad's going down Wood. Be careful. That's right where the shots were.
What? Oh, he took his suit off or his chest off.
I think my vest took it, dude. It's right here. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay. Sorry to pause in the middle of the video. My wife needs my help really quick. Our daughter is having a poop emergency. And our other daughter's very asleep. So I gotta handle that. So hopefully you guys can entertain yourselves for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back in like, I don't know how many. If a mod wants to run a 3-minute ad, that would be a good time to do it just because like nothing's happening right now and you guys won't get as many ads while we're watching stuff. Okay. Be right back. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. Good news. Wasn't a poop emergency. It was her pooping in her big girl potty. Big stuff. Guys, if you want to potty train your children, bribe them with a singular piece of candy for doing it. Ever since we've told her she gets a sour Skittle if she poops or pees in the potty, she's locked in. She's like, oh. She like woke up from a nap apparently and was like, poop feeling. Just like went and pooped on the potty. Big. Anyway. Big milestones in the Snag household. Shall we continue?
I'm good.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, dude, there's like I saw at least 2 or 3 bullet holes in the squad. Where were you at?
I don't know where those shots came from. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I was at New Hall and Wood. I probably went 30 feet, and then I took rounds directly from in front of me. I looked around, saw nothing. I was looking for Kerr because I want to know where Kerr parked. I wanted to meet with Kerr. Okay. I'm guessing it's that house on the corner we've been to.
The landlord and the officer were rushed to the hospital. However, a resident of the house, 34-year-old Victoria Truss, a security guard and mother of 1, was found lying on the lawn outside the home, dead from multiple gunshot wounds to the hands, chest, and neck. The discovery of the murder victim prompted a neighborhood-wide shelter-in-place order as officers from 27 different agencies and the FBI swarmed the area. Officers quickly learned of Victoria's long battle with domestic violence, prompting a manhunt for her ex-boyfriend, Michael Griffin, who Victoria had recently broken up with. The landlord identified Michael's vehicle as a black Mercedes, which was spotted on flock cameras 6 hours later.
Oh, there he goes. Bro, stop your fucking car. Oh my. What a fucking idiot. Are you kidding me? How many police cars need to be around you for you to fucking freeze in your tracks, man? That's ridiculous. Damn, okay. Get the spike trap.
Lexington, passing Lexington, coming up to Henry Clay. Speeds are 50.
I didn't know why. I didn't know we got to like a shooting in like a house and stuff too. I didn't know that happened.
What?
I guess he was reporting to it. Am I crazy, or if you guys hear sirens, is the first thing you're doing is finding it? If you're not actively driving, if I'm like trying to turn out, like this car was, if I am at this intersection, if I'm at this little shopping center, whatever this is, I don't know what this is, and I'm trying to pull out into the street, and I hear a multitude right here of sirens, why would we not be trying to find where they are? Like, I am pausing until I can tell it's not coming my way. Guaranteed. That's baffling to me. This is baffling driving behavior to me. That's crazy. I mean, that is so crazy to me. Two of these officers almost had accidents because just dumb driving. I mean, I'm not even trying to like bootlick or nothing, because this applies to ambulances as well and shit like that. Like, I'm making sure I'm not in the way.
At Fairmount. Coming up to Hampton, speeds are 70.
Yeah, you better pull the fuck over, dude. See, like, easy. What?
Stay there! We're gonna be going northbound. It's coming this way. Earquake.
Huh?
It's back north, it's right in here. Sorry, Navajo. Coming up to Martin.
Oh! Hello.
Come on, car. Alright, we're gonna be westbound
Yeah.
on Mars. Coming up to Port. River Hill, let me pass him.
Oh, get him. Woo! What? Aw. Pit maneuver him.
Alright, several pin attempts negative. We're southbound Port, coming up to Hampton.
We're on a chase for the homicide suspect.
Yeah, I know. I'm with ATF. We're out here helping you guys.
Okay.
Bro. ATF? Oh, get him! Spike trap. Nope.
It's coming right at
Weave.
us.
That guy didn't even. What a whiff. Back to the academy, bruh. Back to the 2-week academy, bruh. It's not even close. It's not even close.
It's coming right at us.
Oh, get your sticks. The stop sticks, yeah. Up, back to the academy. Back to the academy with that one too. Or some strength training. I'm not really sure. Those might be heavy. I actually don't know the weight of those. They got digital camo though. How cool. Oh, look at him. The walk of shame of having to get those because you whiffed. That's awkward. Oh. Awkward. They almost kissed. Okay. All right, we're doing numbers.
Glendale, we're southbound Port coming up to Capitol.
Oh.
We're gonna try for a pit. Southbound Port. Southbound Port, passing Capitol. Southbound Port, passing Melville.
We're just driving straight, I guess. We just drive straight and pray. Apparently, that's the strat.
Southbound Ford. Approaching.
Oh, he's gonna get him.
Standby.
Oh, get him! Oh, there's too many pedestrians. Fair.
Alright, we're through Keith.
He was in prime position though. Oh,
Negative pit, negative pit.
Nope.
Southbound MLK. This is Glendale Police in pursuit. Black Mercedes shooting vehicle from Shorewood. Southbound MLK.
Damn. This guy's a good driver too. That's the crazy part. Is this guy's actually like messing him up and weaving through other people. He's got actual good driving skill. Yeah, dude.
All right, southbound MLK.
He's getting them.
Passing hour. Speeds are 60. Glendale Police in pursuit. Black Mercedes shooting vehicle from city of Shorewood.
Was that his turn signal?
This fucker's gonna come back.
Executive on the 6. Sir, up to traffic. Still southbound. MLK.
Oh!
Negative on the 6. Negative on the 6. Southbound MLK.
Sticks. Well, stop using these things, bro. They're clearly not working.
Mercedes, one occupant.
If you guys don't know, stop sticks like get in. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is how they work. They get like inside, in between the car and the tire to stop it. It's a stop stick. I mean, but I'm pretty sure they're meant to be like wedged between like the wheel and the car's body in order to like tangle up and stop the wheel from being able to turn. It's an alternate spike. Oh, there we go. Or not. Nope. Ooh.
All right, that squad's going to be out of it. Somebody else take over count.
That's back to the academy. That's back to the academy with you. Spike strip.
Eastbound.
Were there were people like right there too. Look. This poor guy. He's got a story to tell, bro. It's like, oh my god.
All right, that squad's going to be out of it. Somebody else take over comms.
Stop sticks have hidden spikes that come out when the car runs over it. Ew. I didn't know that.
Eastbound center.
I figured they're meant to wedge between the car. That's cool.
His rear tire is extremely
Also,
bad.
Reddit said it though. I'm fine with either answer. I'm happy to learn. Happy to be wrong.
All right, southbound First Street. Southbound
Uh-oh, we're getting in a neighborhood.
I got comms. Southbound First approaching Clark.
Oh.
Speed bumps on First. Be careful. I got comms. Southbound First.
Everybody okay? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right.
You got a little something in your car on your car, man.
Oh. All right, shots fired. Shots fired. He's shooting out the rear window. Back off a little bit.
Yeah. He's crossed a line.
Truck you do.
False alarm. We were picked up by Milwaukee. Southbound First passing Meineke. Reminder, shots fired. Shots fired.
He's gonna fuck him up now. They're gonna fuck him up now.
Southbound First passing Meineke.
Shut the fuck up.
Get him.
He's got spill all over the road. He's got multiple flat tires. Southbound First passing Meineke.
Shut the fuck up.
That's awesome.
Road. He's got multiple flat tires, extensive damage coming up to Reservoir.
That's so sick.
Westbound on Reservoir.
What a perfect moment to diss a cop. His ass clearly having run over a crosswalk. That was awesome. I loved that. Obviously, it was within good means, but still, like, when in Rome, right? You can't park there.
Standby. Through MLK, continuing westbound.
Why did he shoot one bullet and that's it?
One for
Shoot him, don't fucking pit.
What is this commentary from this girl? Oh. Where's this? What is happening with this guy? Where's this guy? I wish I could tell what the fuck's happening. Oh, yep, told you. I told you they're gonna fuck him up now. Oh, your car's not in park, sir. Yep. Bro, get down. You serious? He is not in any. Oh my God.
He's shooting.
The G's out.
Yep.
That's a gun right there. I told you they were going to fuck him up because he shot. They have no. So, like, I mean, I've said this a few times. Like, there's a level of force. I mean, this is the ideal police scenario, by the way. Obviously, the police contort and twist these rules all the time, right? There's supposed to be like this sort of level of force where the police equate what's being brought upon them by who they're dealing with, right? So like they're chasing a guy, the guy is weaving through traffic, messing with people. That's the level they can operate at. This guy fires at them, shoots at them, obviously with intent to kill. That brings the level of force up where the police are like, open fire then, because it's basically a him or an officer situation, which is a fair sort of this. And like I said, this is the ideal scenario. Police abuse these rules and escalate before being brought upon them all the time. And that's used in contorted and all sorts of bullshit that's happened many times, right? This is, I'm saying, ideal scenario, right? Wasn't he already flagged as a shooter? Yes, but this is well after that initial shooting, so I don't know. I mean, it's very like, yes, but also this is, I think they said a couple like hours after. It's kind of like they can't. They don't know who's in the car, maybe, etc. I don't know. This is a lot of firepower happening. This dude is up on him. This guy's crazy. Look at how close this man is. He's right fucking there. God damn. The nuts on this dude. I mean, if he hasn't gotten out of the car, I don't know if he's in the car still. He might not be.
Watch the crossfire. Watch the crossfire.
That is crazy. Look at him.
You guys have a shield back here? Shield up.
Yeah, I don't know if he got out of the car or what. He's angled like he isn't.
He might be. It's up there.
They're questioning where he is on camera too, so there you go.
It's the car right there. You can see it. Get behind that car.
Oh, they're going. Oh, he's getting out of there. That's smart. I'm assuming, I mean, that was the guy that pitted him. Or ran into him after the pit? I don't actually know. I think that was what happened. Oh.
Behind you, then.
This is a lot of cops. I mean, like I said, though, he shot at one. That, like, I'm not saying this is like the best thing for an officer to dream of, but like when an officer gets shot at, like the precinct basically goes crazy. Because it's like the scenario where it's like they get to sort of not go crazy, but like they get to play with their toys basically, which is stupid and annoying, but that's basically what it is. They're able to escalate the level of force to an area in which they get to have all the play with all the fancy tools that they get all the funding for, basically. Yeah. The hornet's nest is buzzing and he's getting stung really bad by 50 fucking bullets. Yeah, I'd get the fuck out of there if I was you too, bro.
I'm sure of the suspect.
Sweetie, let's get the bear cat rolling up here.
Watch crossfire. We have officers to the west, just north of the vehicle.
Get the bear cat.
Yeah, bear cat.
MPD has guys going around to the east.
Do we know if everyone's out of that squad, Rolly?
I think so. We got a couple guys on the right. We got a couple guys in the wood and a couple to the left.
We're on scene.
You good?
Bro.
We're on scene.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 officers in one little line right here. There might even be an 8th guy back behind this one. I don't even see back there.
You good?
An actual conga line.
The second clip. Did you
That's wild.
I did.
Yeah, this guy's fucking dead, right? Like they lit his ass up.
That's safe entry to the. Yeah, we don't have any coverage.
Yeah, Bearcat's like an armored car.
On fire.
They're basically gonna approach the vehicle in the armored car.
Okay. So when I was up here, he was still sitting up. When that rifle started shooting, I think he's across the seat this way. Because he was still up, and I was up on the hill. You want to go back? Let's go back. Come on.
9495 has medical stage.
My lord, bro. Look at them all. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like a cop gets shot at and the hornet's nest starts going bonkers. Yeah, this dude's got to cool off. He was literally right next to that fucking thing. That dude was right there.
Hey, did you hear they got a bear cat coming? They got a bear cat coming? Yeah. But he's still stepping on the gas. He's going to get out. Oh, no, it's flat out. Yeah, let's get back.
You're all right.
You're not hurt though? You're okay?
Yeah, that guy, this dude was in there, bro.
You're going to push to where they are?
30 people here for one guy. I mean, killed his ex, shot his landlord, shot at the cop responding to it, shot at a different cop, stopped trying to get him for doing that one. If I was this guy's, I can't say I blame this precinct for going as bonkers as they are. Like, this dude has shot at 2 cops, and kill the person and shot a different guy. Also, guns are just like, it takes a second. It takes a second for a gun to do damage. Like, that's one person with a gun is enough.
There, Bearcat and Rope, Bearcat and Rope.
We don't need everybody coming out from the car.
Back up, back up.
Whoa.
Do not approach the car. The Bearcat is coming.
Damn. Felt it.
Negative. No one left the vehicle.
I like all their hands. The shield is so funny because they like, oh, there's the Bearcat.
We are northbound.
Here it
In
comes.
position. I want you to come up on the passenger side. We're going to form an L on the vehicle.
Yep.
We're going to lock this vehicle down. And
Why are they touching each other? It's to kind of indicate to the shield guy how many people he's kind of helping cover for, and sort of to keep them like close. It's to keep close because of the shield's protection, and also so the shield guy sort of knows he's got somebody else to keep in mind. Does that make sense? Oh, 2 Bearcats. Big day.
Squish it.
Squish.
So we're gonna place a bang on the hood and see if we can get any stimulants.
Yep.
MCSO, you got anything as far as movement? Negative on movement.
When officers
I mean,
searched
yeah,
the
this guy's
vehicle,
fucking
they found
dead.
Michael deceased. According to Fox 6 Milwaukee, a Glendale and a Milwaukee officer fired, along with an FBI agent. 35 spent casings from their firearms were recovered, and Michael was
Only 3 people shot?
found with 11 gunshot wounds.
Damn.
Police later found 9 spent casings fired from inside Michael's car. The medical examiner's office discovered methamphetamine in his system.
They got
the
his
Milwaukee
ass, bro.
County
Told
District
you,
Attorney's office later ruled the officers to be justified in their use of force and were cleared of any wrongdoing. The Shorewood officer who was shot was quickly released from the hospital thanks to his ballistic vest, as was Victoria's landlord. According to court documents, Michael Griffin had a history of domestic abuse and violence. In 2009, he pleaded guilty to possessing a dangerous weapon under the age of 18 and battery, leading to a suspended 6-month prison sentence in favor of 1 year of probation. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Michael was also arrested by Milwaukee police in 2013 for domestic abuse. However, the district attorney's office declined to prosecute. He was also arrested in 2020 and 2021 for separate cases of felony first-degree recklessly endangering safety, but those cases were also not prosecuted. 2 months prior to Victoria Truss's murder, she had called the police saying that her boyfriend possessed a gun and wouldn't leave her house. According to Victoria's cousin, she finally was able to kick Michael out of her house the day before her murder.
She was a strong young lady, hard worker. Like, she always had a job, always had a good job. And she always made sure her and her son never had to struggle. Soon I found out that it was her. My heart just dropped. I've been in the world 53 years. I've been here long enough. I just wish I could trade places with my daughter just so she could be here with her son. I'm gonna miss that about my baby. I'm never gonna hear her voice again.
Okay, that was very abrupt. Yeah, that's sad, man. I do really like, as upsetting as it is to hear stuff like that, I really like when channels do this, where they show victims either of the family or the victim themselves. Like, I think it's a really good thing for channels to include this, like, at the end, because it brings it back to this, like, these are like real moments that happen to people, and there's people that get like affected. Like, there's people that get affected by this, and it's serious. Like, this is real stuff, and we need to quit And I know, there's a bit of a hypocrisy in me to say, like, we need to quit commoditizing it. I think I said that right. Because, like, I do watch these and use them for my own gain, etc. But I do try to educate as best I can to my ability. Sometimes there's just not a lot to say. Commodifying, thank you. But it's important for people to not lose the reality of what this is. And that's like, people will get, these are real things that happen to people. The people that do them and the people that it gets done to. These are real people. And a lot, like the victims especially, deserve your sympathy. And it needs to not be so like sensationalized. I mean, there is crazy shit happening. This was a crazy ass one. This was a wild one. We don't get to watch a whole lot of shootouts like that where there's like 40 shots fired, I think, basically. And but it's important to have that stuff at the end where these guys, you show the mom, you talk about the son, you make sure people understand that like somebody else died. It's not just about this dude on methamphetamine swerving in and out of traffic getting lit up because he shot at a cop, right? That's a part of it, but also like this happened because somebody died. Somebody who didn't have to and could have easily not been killed. So, yeah, I like when channels do that sort of thing. I wish more did it. I know Beyond Evil does it a lot. I don't know if Midwest does it typically. I would encourage them to do more. I think this is from 2 days ago, so hopefully that's something they do more if there's some sort of relevance there. So, all right, man. Let's watch something else. We're gonna watch a Law and Crime Network video called "Student Teacher Arrested After Shocking School Shooting Post."
Hello. Hi, I'm Deputy Sean with the Sheriff's Office. Do you happen to have your phone on you?
I do, yes.
Okay, if you want to go and hand that to me, please.
Yes.
Okay.
A tough life lesson is
said
about
no,
to
but
be
whatever.
taught, and this elementary school student teacher is the one learning it. And the lesson is whatever you post online can be seen by anyone, including the authorities.
You are going to go with us, okay? I do got to process you. You're going to have to stay the night in jail. Okay?
And just wait until you learn the disturbing post that she allegedly made that got the attention of the FBI and sent law enforcement to her school immediately. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Jump scare.
All right, hey guys, thanks so much for following this episode of On the Case with us. We're able to bring you this story because of our partner Morgan & Morgan. There's a reason why On the Case is one of the top true crime shows on YouTube, just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan for the conversation UEV is click. We see a lot of stories where students are arrested for making threats on social media, but it's not often that it's someone in a teaching position who gets pulled out of class.
It's recording, just so you know.
All right.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's what's sitting there.
This is newly released body cam video out of Washington, Illinois. Deputies were called to the local elementary school after the FBI gave them a call because they said they saw a concerning post on Snapchat.
If she has anything with her,
Snapchat.
I gotta have that phone right away. Yeah, if she got a purse or anything, I'll take that also. Okay. So she won't. Okay. Be any the wiser. She looks very young in the picture. She is very young. Yeah. Yeah. Can't believe that. But that's why I got it.
Snapchat, the app that deletes the stuff that you post. Deletes.
As quick as I could. So.
The account belonged to a woman named Kristen Volpe. according to law enforcement. She's a
They
student
don't?
teacher at this school, which it's kind of like an internship, but it is still a position of authority. Now,
Yep.
the administrators at the school escort the deputies to a classroom where they wait for Kristen to show up. And once she walks in the room, things get serious. Now, before we get into specifically what she said, this is the moment she's confronted by deputies.
Yeah, I'm very curious what actually was said.
Hello. Hi, I'm Deputy Sean with the Sheriff's Office. Do you happen to
Damn,
have
they
your
really
phone on you?
blindsided her.
I do, yeah.
That's wacky.
You want to hand that to me, please?
Yes.
Okay. The reason we're in contact, anything else on you? If you wouldn't mind, just lift up you got any weapons on you?
No.
Okay. All right. The reason we're here is, have you been on Snapchat earlier today?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Okay. And like I said, well, I'll go get some stuff first while we, hold off for a second.
Okay, sure.
If you want to hold that, I'll go grab, because I don't got the warning or anything.
Okay.
If you want to, I'm going to go get my computer.
Getting ahead of
Before we get
himself.
into the intense discussion that's about to take place, I want to show you the police report that lays out why the FBI decided to call law enforcement and what Volpe allegedly posted. The sheriff's office says that the FBI picked up a possible threat that was made on Snapchat. And that threat stated, quote, "I was halfway through my lesson plan and one of my students pressed the power button on my computer. Lesson plan is gone. Chat, do I shoot the child or just the whole school?" Now, some
Chat?
people might look at that and say, hey, look, it's just a joke.
Bro.
She's a student teacher. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But the reality is, the world we live in, and the reality
I don't
that school
know.
shootings have become far too common. Law enforcement can't take these things lightly, and that is the way that they played this.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's exactly. Robinson.
Jokes are meant to usually be like somewhat funny.
Okay.
You didn't leave them, did you?
No, not yet.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right to remain silent, anything you do can say will be used against you in court.
The fact that
You have the right to speak
the
to
word
attorney.
chat is in this quotation of her making this poor joke is
Appointed for you by the court prior to any question if you do seek so. You understand each of these rights that I've explained to you?
I don't even know what to say.
Having in mind, do you understand that you have the right and you're willing to talk to us?
I don't even know what to say about that, bro.
So, we got a call about a snap. So, did you happen to make one today?
She's a student teacher. She's a student studying to be a teacher.
In the snap.
I send a lot of snaps back and forth. I don't know really what this is about.
Okay. How about school today? Anything about school today?
It's a lot about school. I don't know.
So I guess the other question then, who are you sending them on your wall or whatever it's called, or you send it to someone specifically?
I didn't post anything today, if that's what you're, but no.
Okay. Did you send the things to people
I
today?
send like snaps to like my roommate and my boyfriend. That's
Okay.
it.
So your roommate or boyfriend?
But sorry.
Go ahead.
My boyfriend, it was about like plans later today.
Okay.
And then my roommate was having an anxiety attack today, so I was talking to her.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I mean, the last thing I was texting was my roommate during our lunch break because she wasn't doing well, and then my boyfriend, like what the plans were. I'm allowed to take pictures of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is this weird, like, when somebody says chat, they might be referring to Chat GPT, not like stream chat, which is like, yeah, hard to know. I mean, it's become like this phrase. So there are people just saying chat, not knowing what the fuck they're referring to. They just know that it's like a thing people say. That's how every word gets watered down and, etc.
My supervisor from ISU said take as many pictures as you can. So I take pictures of the kids. I took a picture of one kid because I always tell stories about it.
Yeah.
So I have that saved. I can delete it if you want, but I do have a picture of one of the students, but I keep it for like my safe keepings of the kids.
How about today and the kids? Make you mad today?
No.
Kristen, in this conversation, seems to not know why deputies have come to the school to talk to her.
Nothing about your computer or anything like that?
I had a lesson plan and one of the kids turned off my computer on my lesson plan. And I was like, oh, dang, but I never get mad with the kids ever.
What did you snap after that? Did you send
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Yeah, I mean.
I think this girl firmly believes that message was gone.
I'm so confused.
I think she's slowly realizing that like Snapchat doesn't just get rid of her photos.
So what I'm going to show you is the snap we received.
Okay.
That is you, correct?
Oh, yes. But, okay, yes. This was a joke, though, but yes.
Who did you send it?
Oh, it was a joke.
That was just my, like...
Oh.
Yeah.
Who would be the 3 people?
It was like a... Not a private story, but like a private. Like, there's only like 3 people on there. Okay, yeah, I'm realizing that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke.
Usually, if a joke is bad, it's not really
My boyfriend,
considered a
my
joke.
roommates.
2 roommates?
Yeah, I have 2 roommates.
What are their names?
Now, the next couple of minutes of body cam video, it's redacted, but then the audio comes back. And
Interesting.
Kristen is laying out what she says was just a joke.
So you're saying you did do this?
Oh, it was a joke.
It was a joke, and it was only 3 people. I'm realizing now that it was stupid. And I did not mean it serious at all. Like, I'm not a violent person. You can ask any of the teachers. I'm very calm. But I was working on a lesson.
Yeah, it's okay, guys. I only said it a weird joke to 3 people.
It wasn't meant to be violent.
If there was a 4th person,
Do you have any weapons in any
No, you guys can check anything.
I'm good. Only 3 people got told the bad joke.
Yeah, it's right there.
Everybody knows that that you can't have 4 people hear a bad joke, otherwise you're in trouble. Jokes are supposed to be funny. What's Sneeg been doing then?
It's a phone joke.
Letting you be unbanned, apparently. See you later.
We'll have to take your phone for evidence at this time. Is there any numbers that you want to get out of here before?
Yeah, probably my mom's phone number.
Okay.
Or my roommates
Do
too.
you want to look it up for me?
Yeah, it's 2626. And then you can go into the phone contacts, but I might
Big
be, like,
password.
somewhere.
Is there contact?
What the hell is this guy doing? I think he's looking through her shit, but he is zipping real loud. I mean, it's a loud ass bag. I think the bag is just loud. Just his body cam's probably like right next to it, to be fair.
If you just go to contacts, it should open.
She is stressing? Yeah.
Yeah, I put it.
Probably because, once again, I'm pretty sure she had no idea that Snapchats could just be like pulled like that. I'm pretty sure she's like completely shocked that this random thing she sent to 3 people got picked up by the FBI. Almost like Snapchat's basically like forced at gunpoint to cooperate.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to tell anybody that. But the FBI knocks on Snapchat's door and they're going to be like, okay, whatever you need. Here's every single photo that everybody's posted today, cached and minimally shrunk it into small, tiny data that we can pull from anywhere. We're not the bad guys.
Anybody else?
That should be it.
Except they are, because they basically facilitate grooming, but it's fine.
See if you can read my writing here. See if you can read that. It's did you want to do a written statement about this, or?
I'm just gonna ask, like, do you know what's gonna happen?
Well, I'm gonna call our supervisor here as soon as I was gonna wait for the kids, at least the busy right now, right? So I'm gonna step out and talk to him real quick. If you'd like to write, which happened with this, or it's up to you. When you told us that it was a joke, but it's
I know. Yeah.
So it's up to you. I'll step out and call him if you don't mind.
Yeah, I want to say something to you real quick.
What's that?
One of the deputies steps out to go talk to a supervisor on the phone as Kristen sits anxiously in the classroom.
Yeah, girl, you're a cornball. Yeah, she's probably freaking out. I mean, like, she's going to jail, at least for the night, while they sort of process her case. She's definitely not keeping this job. She's definitely going to piss off her family. She's definitely going to have a hard time getting another job teaching if this is what she wants to do, because she literally is getting arrested for threatening to shoot the school she's working at. What are you doing? I can understand being upset at students. I can imagine it's a hard job. My dad was a teacher for a very, very long time. It sounds like it's exhausting. Making a joke like that as a person in the classroom or in general, not great.
If you got one, otherwise I probably have
not great.
Do you even own any firearms?
No.
Do you have a FOID card or anything?
No.
Do you have access to firearms?
No.
Okay.
No one I know even has a FOID card.
Okay.
I get upset at my students and go home and hit my weed pen. I don't know what she's on.
Go through it. And,
God damn.
As far as your statement you made.
Nice, dude.
And then
we love that for you.
I don't know.
And then you wake up the next day and everything's fine.
Be
because it's really not that big of a deal, right?
Friday before you get it back.
Because every day's a new one, and everything that bothers you probably shouldn't, because life is a little
or something to get you through
too short to be sweating over everything.
Next couple days. But.
After law enforcement get Kristen to sign a consent form, deputies then search her phone, and they also search through her classroom, and they say they were looking for weapons. They didn't find anything, but still, even though she says this was a joke, they break the news to her that she isn't going home tonight.
How do they decide to prosecute legitimate versus illegitimate threats? I don't know about prosecute, but it's the fact that she's a teacher, she's threatening harm on her own students or student. They don't know anything about her. She's literally threatening the kids she's like designed to protect. And that's not, like it being the teacher is instantly a problem. 100%. Yeah. I mean, do you want to take the risk that threat's real and that teacher just goes crazy? I would not. I think this is a pretty fair one to step into. I think most are pretty fair to step into, but unfortunately, the popularization of firearms and mass shootings has made it hard for governmental bodies to evaluate and step into every single potential threat in terms of mass shootings, especially at schools, because you know what causes more reports of school shooting threats? A school shooting. There's a weird populace of people that when like a bomb or a shooting happens, they're like, I'm going to go and threaten the school over here with the same thing because like that's getting attention and that's fun for whatever reason. There's a level of person that's like, this will be great. I'm gonna scare the shit out of this school too, because there's so much happening right now. And it's gonna be epic. So it creates another layer of like, what is actually should be legitimate? What should we actually evaluate? And then it's like, you know, you deal with an actual shooting, and then it's like a bunch of schools around the shooting are also being told there's going to be a shooting, and it's like, what do you even do as the FBI, as the ATF, as the local police force? Like, which one of those do you actually decide is a legitimate concern? It's hard because a lot of that shit happens just because some kid is trying to be edgy and they think that it's somehow appropriate or funny to do that sort of thing. I mean, just like this teacher, she's in some way thinking that like this joke is somehow entertaining, edgy, funny, but ultimately when you scope out, you're like, I am the power dynamic in this room full of children, or I'm one of them. If she's a student teacher, there's probably an actual teacher present, but she's still authority above these kids. Nothing, unfortunately, is very preventative to stop her from actually having a firearm and going in that room and like doing exactly what she said. So, you know, it's hard when something like this happens and a bunch of stuff around it starts happening. But it's another thing to stumble upon this sort of thing on social media and you're like, this is like literally the person that's supposed to keep these kids safe being like, I'm going to essentially harm these kids. Or should I? Should I harm these kids? It's not just like a 12-year-old being like emotional and stupid, which is still probably not smart, but they grow up in this environment where they're basically told that they could get shot at for no reason whatsoever other than somebody's just evil or not in their right minds. I wouldn't exactly be peachy either if I was the students being told I have to do, and I had to do shooting drills, not to the intensity that a lot of people nowadays do. But we did practice stuff like this. I remember, dude, we lived in a time where it was such like an innocent sort of like, oh, it's not a huge thing, right? And obviously it's a big deal. I'm not even going to make light of this. Like, this is not a light topic. But when I was in high school, this was a light topic. Like, it was a very like, I don't know. We would, I remember, and by the time I was out of high school, it got better, right? Like, we were doing like the stay in the room, go to the corner away from the door's window, like lights off, no noise. There was definitely a time where we did an exercise where we like waited to hear him somewhere else who was like acting as the guy, which is a crazy thing to make a teacher do, by the way. Like, can you be the shooter in our test shooting drill? Fucking what? That blows my mind. But it was like, when you feel like, it was like when you're like, When you hear him elsewhere, let's single file leave the door and go to the nearest exit in single file line. Yeah, it was a very, like I said, it was a very like, it was stupid. My ass was like, I am not doing this. I will do it for the sake of this drill. If this shit's happening and the gunshots are not near me, I'm running out the door and going the opposite way by myself. Nobody's stopping me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was weird. It was a weird sort of thing. I just remember doing it and being like, this is fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those cases where it's like kids say stupid shit like crazy because they're not emotionally complete. They're not emotionally rash. They say all sorts of crazy shit, especially during school, especially around peers. It's like the perfect concoction of like, what can I say for attention? And also, what can I do for attention? So though a lot of high schoolers, middle schoolers, etc., do crazy shit and say crazy shit just because they're around people they want to impress or scare or etc. But when it's like the person, one of the people meant to like be a major source of comfort and protection day to day and in those scenarios, that's a completely different level of like, no, we got to check this one. So
okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a serious offense, okay?
I know.
How we got it was the FBI, okay?
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you did say shoot student, and so you are going to go with us, okay? I do got to process you. You're going to have to stay the night in jail.
Oh,
okay?
Oh my God. This is crazy.
I know.
I did not mean it to get to this far. Like, this is insane.
But how today is, I mean, if we said it, I believe you.
I know.
It's tough. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, we were going with what we saw, and so we have to respond that way. And okay, so
exactly what I was saying.
Like, they can take your car.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a problem.
They can take my car. I don't care.
Okay.
My keys are in my jacket.
Okay.
Which pocket? The right pocket?
Either one. It's in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Go ahead and like that. And say turn over to our page.
When I'm in there, am I able to like call my mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to give them the whole key ring? Do you want to?
The whole thing is fine. Well,
It's got your driver's license. You want me to take this off?
Yes, please.
Is this your car key in the remote or the fob?
Yeah, just the keys, yeah.
And if you would like, if I can ask the school, I mean, you can call mom before we leave, because you're going to be in like a holding area, so I can, at least if you'd like to make one call here, if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, so she'll probably like meet me there. Dude, like, how does this work? Because I told him, I was like, I've never even been pulled over, like, I've never been anything.
I'm just going to put everything else except for this back in your coat, okay?
Like,
So what's going to happen is you're going to be processed, and okay, so they'll ask you, like, I'm going to ask you the questions right now, and they'll take you in, they'll ask you the same questions, take a picture of you, then you'll stay in a holding cell until tomorrow. And Spring's going to do all your points.
She's given permission for them to take her car.
Okay.
She's
Okay, we'll go
going to
find
be
her.
staying overnight.
Oh, okay, very good.
Are you Mrs. Ellis?
I am not. I'm Mrs.
Okay.
Davidson. Do you need Mrs. Ellis?
I don't know if John's talked to her yet. I was going to talk to her for just a little bit.
Okay. Oh, no, they got a ride. There's a student teacher at Manor that can take them. Or
Would
does
she
she
like them?
want
She would like them to take her car, yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be here for overnight.
Yeah.
When I get asked why they're taking her car, any guidance on what I can and cannot say?
Let me get back with you on that one. Yeah, she's
Directed me to have you, one of you take the car if you can.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds good. She can explain it.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a school? Yeah. That's the student. The person threatening it was a student teacher.
Okay.
It's the Tazewell County Sheriff's Office, so you can go find out that. So, did you ask them if she could use that phone here?
No, I can.
Yeah, if you want to use that.
Okay.
Deputies then get statements from some teachers who know Kristen. They say that she is not someone who ever seemed violent, but deputies, they have to take anything that seems like a threat seriously. Kristen, in the meantime, she's calling her parents to let them know that she is off to jail.
Where is
You're going to be in Pecan.
Okay.
It's the Tazewell County Sheriff's Office, so you can go find out that. So, did you ask them if she could use that phone here?
No, I can.
Yeah, if you want to use that.
Okay. Can she dial
Yeah, this is clearly elementary school too. Like, it's crazy to be that.
the number?
The number she's dialing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's long distance 91.
I don't know. People say shit all the time, but to air out a joke as tasteless as that on social media, even to like 3 people over what is probably like a 3rd grader.
Just dial 9-1 in the number. Just so you can go ahead. Yeah. Talk to Mrs. Ellis. Yeah.
That was with her?
He's student teaches for.
She's quiet.
Okay.
She's out there if you want to go.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk to her or you want me to talk to her.
I guess I could go.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to step on your toes.
It's me. I'm at the school right now, and I made a stupid post on Snapchat, and it was a joke. It was fully a joke. It was so stupid. And now, somehow, the cops came and they found me, and they're taking me to jail. They're taking me to Pekin. I wish this was a joke.
Somehow.
I really do. I'm so scared.
Weirdly enough, my social media app that is supposed to remove photos that I post didn't.
Pekin County Jail. I need you to meet me there.
What the heck?
I don't know what. It was just a joke. It was a stupid Snapchat. And now it's got it. I am so sorry. I don't know what to do. It's Pekin County Jail.
Tazewell County.
Tazewell Pekin County Jail. They're making me spend the night. I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. Okay.
They're not able to do it.
They aren't.
One can't drive because she's got seizures, and the other one said they lined up a ride, so they're gonna have to sit here overnight. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
3 months.
They aren't going to take your car, so. I'll just put this back on here.
Those keys are my apartment keys, so I'm gonna need those.
Yeah, I'm just putting your car key back on the ring. You putting it back in your pocket?
Wait, they're not taking my car?
No.
Oh.
One can't drive,
Yeah, she was.
and then the other one's already made arrangements and they're on their way. So.
Okay.
One of them can't drive.
And the principal said it's fine here overnight. If you just want to pick it up. So.
Oh, okay.
Get a hold of Mom?
or no?
So the whole new law changed about bonding and that. I don't know how it works anymore. I mean, I'll be honest.
I don't think there's a bond.
I mean, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like when she sees they.
They're not going to give her
it's
a.
either hold
No way.
or release, right?
Yeah.
So they'll
So
just.
for sure I'm staying there tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Deputies reportedly said that they came to the conclusion that Volpe posed no threat, and she did make that comment out of what they called exasperation, according to local media.
Not smart at all.
You want to pop your trunk there?
Right there. Around the waist.
Deputies arrested Volpe. She was then booked into the county jail on a charge of disorderly conduct. According to 25 News Now in Illinois, the superintendent sent a letter to parents about what happened, and that letter said that Volpe would not return to finish her educational assignment as a student teacher. That will do it for On the Case.
Probably not
presented
anywhere.
By Law and Crime. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know how many times I could talk about cell phones and apps and social media and everything, just not removing anything. People are so laissez-faire on social media about things and themselves, and they're just convinced that nothing is tracked, nothing is kept, nothing is detectable or traceable. They think incognito is like foolproof in terms of like looking up shit. It's not. They think that like the other web browser talking about how they don't do as much snitching as the other one is less invasive. It's not. It's probably more invasive actually. Ciao. All right, I'm using a VPN now. Right. 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 All right. Let's watch a dreading video about a very recent and talked about case about the I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this stuff. I don't even know how to, is this guy's name just David? I'm pretty sure it's just David, right? Was arrested, found with CSAM, and is already headed to trial. Celeste Rivas Hernandez update, right? So if you guys don't, I'm assuming Dreading might do a little bit of a recap here, but if you don't know, David is an artist. They found a rotting corpse in his car, months old, if I remember correctly, just like abandoned while he was on tour. And he's been arrested recently. So I'm sure Dreading will do a great sort of synopsis. Dreading does a beautiful job on all of his content. So I think he'll give a good summary of this, but just in case he doesn't, I'm just giving you a little bit of a spark note, and this is a very bad case, by the way. Like there's CSAM. I don't know if you know what that means. I don't think I can really clarify. Don't look it up. It's bad things with children. That a dead minor. There's a whole sort of complex problem with the victim already. I'm sure he'll get into it. There's a lot of really fucked up shit about this. So be safe.
Welcome back to another episode of Dreading, or if this is your first time here, Welcome. Today we're going to be updating our coverage of the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case, discussing all the relevant developments and what the public will be finding out in the next few years. This case has been harrowing to witness, as a 14-year-old girl lost her life. All the while, her murderer and his accomplices continue to profit off of her death. On September 8th, 2025, the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a missing girl from Lake Elsinore, California, was found dismembered and decomposing in the front trunk of singer David, real name David Anthony Burks, Tesla. David had left for a tour a month earlier, and the car had been left on the street outside of the home his management had rented for him, meaning that either Burke had left Celeste's body in the car prior to leaving for tour, or that someone else had killed her with access to his car. The area in which the car was located had incredibly strict parking laws, so every few days, someone working for Burke would move the vehicle to keep it from being towed and impounded. It's unlikely that this person, whoever they are, was unaware of the body in the front of the car, given the rate of decomposition and the smell that would have emanated from inside the vehicle at the very least. That person stopped adjusting the car for whatever reason, and it was brought to a tow yard. Celeste's body would continue to decompose, and the workers at the tow yard would become concerned over the odor.
What happened?
The employees at the tow yard became concerned when the smell continued to grow, and eventually called the police. When they opened the Tesla's front trunk, officers found 2 black bags containing a severed head, torso, and limbs.
Yeah, this is the murderer on screen.
They were able to identify the body as belonging
supposed
to
murderer.
Celeste
He's not
due to the tattoos that she had.
been found
But
guilty
due to
yet,
the manner
but
in which she was found, they cannot verify
it's
her age.
pointing in his direction
Celeste
pretty
was a
heavily.
troubled young girl who struggled deeply with her mental health. She would go online to escape her internal struggles, seeking friendship and community with those who had the same interests as her, and somehow that led her to coming into contact with Burke. According to multiple interviews that he's done, David Anthony
14-year-old,
Burke
by the
was
way.
deeply into niche online subcultures, spending hours on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and more.
This man's
He was
like a buff
constantly
over
online
20,
and somehow
just so we
came into
know.
contact with an 11-year-old Celeste. And so he immediately dedicated a significant amount of time
11.
to grooming the child. In a TikTok that David would post in 2024, he would also reference the fact that he had met Celeste in 2021 when she was 11. Notably, Celeste loved Hello Kitty and often wore a branded sweatshirt of the character.
Guys, please stop skirting around the censorship and the blacklisting of the entirety, like, of the thing. Even if you're trying to educate, like, skirting around the muted words and words stopped for a good reason is, like, literally, like, you will be banned. Like, that's the whole point of those words being blacklisted. Like, don't fucking do that. Also, like, referring to it with as CP is not good, because the P part implies there's some level of, like, consent or, like, something to it that, like, is approved, and it's clearly fucking not. That's why it's abuse material, because, like, these are children being victimized against their will. There's not a level of consent. They literally fucking can't do that. They're children. Quit trying to skirt around the censorship. Stop. It is CSAM. Do not refer to it as anything else. Do not try to be cute with this censorship. Don't skirt around this topic. It is CSAM. It's fucked up. It's nothing different. There's no other word for it. That is, don't refer to it as different.
Don't know for certain how or when Burke literally came into contact with Hernandez. However, what we do know is that on September 7th, 2022, David would release his most popular song, Romantic Homicide. That date is important, as it was Celeste's 12th birthday. In the music video, he casted a young woman who looked exactly like Celeste. This is the sort of attention and adoration that a vulnerable child would be susceptible to. Children and teenagers dealing with feelings of depression the way that Celeste obviously was, would feel like they are overlooked and uncared for in their daily life. Their parents don't understand them, their friends don't actually like them, and so on. So to have this cool, famous musician
it's
dedicate
really
a
bad,
whole
guys.
song to you feels
It's gonna get
special and
worse,
important.
trust me.
More significantly, predators often attempt to make their predation seem romantic. They'll frame their
It's
love
really
as
bad.
so all-encompassing that they're willing to risk everything to be with their victim. That they're not just pedophiles, but romantics, who aren't attracted to any other child but the one they're predating on. So for a child who has very little romantic experience, this can feel like a dream come true. Someone seeing you and caring for you the way you always dreamt of, especially if the majority of the predation occurs online, where the predator can depict themselves in a more favorable light. They can perfectly mold themselves into whatever the child needs at the time, mirroring their sentiments in a way that is nearly impossible to do in person. It's only as they age and gain real-world experience that the victim will realize what has happened to them. So, the following year, David would then post another song on Celeste's birthday, this one titled Birthday Suicide. 3 months later, David would then post the first image of him and Hernandez together in this public fan Discord, bringing his online predation into real life. From then on, his grooming and their inappropriate relationship escalated, with him releasing Celeste, a song he wrote for her 10 days later. The song starts with David calling the 13-year-old baby and stating that he loves her. He then depicts a truly toxic relationship in which he enjoys when she cries while holding him, stating that she gets him high without needing any drugs, but also that she only opens up to him when she is high. He then states that she, the 13-year-old girl, has gotten his name tattooed on her chest, and that he's, quote, afraid you'll only love me when undressed, unquote. Which means that if this song is as autobiographical as it appears to be, that he has somehow enabled this child to get a tattoo, then branded her with his name, then provided her access to drugs, and apparently has sexually exploited her at least once. The song also did well on TikTok and streaming platforms, and because no one outside of his fan Discord knew that Celeste was even a real person, and a child, no one batted an eye. A month later, he would do a live with the minor on Twitch.
Media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Pray for his career, chat. Are we done? Are we?
We need to delete this.
Are we? Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too? Can we delete everything? You done for, bro?
She's 13
Y'all
here.
are not done? Now you going on Epstein? Yo, wait.
In the stream, the pair were playing games, and Celeste made a joke about David preying on children. In response, he comically told mods to wipe everything after they got off stream, which they attempted to do. David's reaction, along with the clear fact that Celeste was joking, would lead to the majority of his fans to not take the statement seriously. These two were just a couple of quippy friends, and there was nothing to be too alarmed about. It's only in hindsight that they realized that their jokes were rooted in reality, and he was actively preying upon a minor in front of them. In response to this clip, some individuals have vocalized that Celeste...
Good on her for saying that on stream. She wasn't saying that as like a call out, guys. She made that as a joke, because once again, this literal child has been so predated and poisoned and manipulated by this dude that she's like making light of exactly what's happening to her. That's what's so scary about, like, she is literally a 13-year-old making this joke because it's like basically what happened to her, and she's like, it's like a crazy thing. Not really a joke, but also like she's been extremely vulnerable and manipulated in this point. And so her state of mind and thought process is not there logically. Like, she's been clearly totally like, this is, I think they said they came in contact at 11. She's 2 years into this like manipulation. She's like well beyond, unfortunately, rational thought here. Because once again, she's 13 with a 20-plus-year-old. Like, how many of y'all, when you were like 13, like dreamt of some singer like whisking you away? I know a lot of people dream of this shit. They go to concerts thinking like Justin Bieber's gonna point them out of the crowd and take them home. Like, this is like a dream come true for some people, a lot of teenagers, little kids. Like, this is the reality of it. That's the reality of it. You get manipulated, drugged, predated, assaulted. Like, it's awful. It's awful. She's not making that, she's not saying that as like a call out or a cry. She's making that as a joke, thinking that like what happened to her is okay and normal or like a good thing because she is like trapped. She's well in this trap of like manipulation and abuse. And she's, yeah, absolutely. She's trying to just rationalize what's happening to her because she's 13, no idea what's going on, can't even realize, doesn't even understand. I doubt she even understands the gravity, which is awful. It's awful. It's an awful thing that happened to her. Like she has no idea what's happening. And her brain is like mentioning, trying to figure out anything to rationalize it. You know, and not to take away from the fact that this is a victim, but just to clarify, like that she's not in a rational, that's not a, you know, a help thing. I don't know. I mean, this is just another like list of like missteps by everybody surrounding her and this guy. And you know, I
was a willing participant in the relationship. That while most relationships between adults and minors are wrong, and they certainly wouldn't engage in that, it was clear that Celeste and David wanted to be together, which is a ludicrous reading of the situation. Celeste was 11 years old when she began talking to David, and was deeply troubled.
11.
David purposely exploited her, using her mental health and well-being to push her into sexual situations that she could not consent to. David made himself appear as a savior, someone who wanted to take care of her and provide for her in a way that she felt her parents could not. And all she had to do to keep him around as a safety net was to engage romantically and sexually with him. It's not just that she was unable to give consent, given her age, but she was also desperate to appease him, given the fact that he held all of the power in the relationship. A month later, on Valentine's Day, Celeste would run away from home for the first time. Notably, her parents, friends, and the police were quick to note that they didn't believe Celeste was in any danger or had harmed herself, and some reports would state that she was still in contact with them. She refused to tell them where she had gone, but stated that she was safe. As Celeste didn't appear to be in any danger, the police wouldn't expend a lot of energy or time looking for the young girl. They would have kept an eye out, but classified Celeste as a troubled teen who was probably hanging out with her friends and acting out for attention. Meanwhile, she was actively being sexually exploited by a recording artist who was pressuring her.
At this moment, the family did not know where she was. If I know this case correctly, which I might not, because it's continuously moving around, they do eventually know where she is and continue to allow this to happen. Really bad. Really bad. So, an ad's about to play. My daughter is apparently insisting I come get the pizza she made for me. So we're going to just take a quick like break just to sort of break up this really tragic bullshit. And we'll be back in like a couple minutes. Just take like a stretching, like, because once again, this is not good. It gets bad. It's already bad. Probably shouldn't have left it on this guy's face. My bad. Fuck. There's a new Whole Foods at in Arkansas. We went to it, and there was like a bunch of, there's like a pizza spot. There's like little tiny personal pizzas. So Hannah and Darcy made some little tiny pizzas today. It was really good. All right. I'm going to quietly eat while we continue to learn about all the people that failed this young woman.
To get tattoos and do drugs. She would come back home about a month later, only to run away again in
Young
April
girl.
of 2024. Celeste being a repeat runaway would mean that her case would be given even less attention than before.
Yep.
If her missing persons flyer was publicized, the public would feel less inclined to pay attention to it, given her past of running away then coming back. And notably, it was only after Celeste was murdered that local establishments produced security camera footage of her running away from home, evidence that they had since she went missing. But from this point on, Celeste would never return back home. She was still supposedly in contact with some family and friends via text, and apparently was alive and hanging out with David again. Celeste would be seen on tour with him and in some of his TikToks. However, her online accounts would seemingly go dark. On February 2nd, 2025, David would post a video of him cleaning shoes outside of the mansion he was staying in with the 14-year-old. The shoes don't appear to be dirty or stained, but later reports would claim that these were in fact Celeste's sneakers. Her death seemed to do little to David, as he would go on to release his album Withered, and began hanging out with another Celeste, that being 23-year-old Celeste Herrera. Herrera was similar to Hernandez, and in multiple photos and live streams done around this time, she was seen wearing clothes similar to Hernandez, particularly the Hello Kitty sweater that Hernandez had gone missing in, which isn't entirely unheard of. David was deeply obsessed with Celeste Hernandez. He would release music on her birthday, post photos, and do live streams with her, and purposely put his predatory behavior in front of the public, as if begging to be caught. This is the kind of risk-seeking behavior that is indicative of a person who believes that they can simply get away with just about anything, and therefore enjoys breaking the law because they know they'll probably get away with it. In his mind, he might have believed that he'd gotten away with murder, that he had spent 3 years sexually grooming and exploiting and predating on a vulnerable child in front of the whole world, and he was so devious that no one batted an eye. So the thrill of getting away with his crimes was intoxicating.
He was unfortunately
so much so
correct.
That he sought out a girl who had the same name as his victim, looked enough like her that it would confuse people, and someone who would allow him to dress them in his victim's clothing. His actions, even with Herrera, were deeply depraved, and based in his need to feel like he's some tormented creative genius. Despite his new relationship, David would continue his tradition of releasing something on his victim's birthday, this time announcing the release date of the deluxe edition of his album, only for her body to be found the following day. On April 16th, 2026, David Anthony Burke was arrested for the murder of Celeste Rivas. 7 months after her body was found, dismembered and decomposing in his car, he was finally arrested, which prompts the question, what took so long? In the time that elapsed between when Celeste's body was found in his Tesla to when he was arrested, we witnessed plenty of independent reporters stating that, quote, the case was going cold, or that the police stopped investigating, which is far from the truth. Those individuals were either willfully clickbaiting a 14-year-old's death or extremely unaware of how investigations like this should operate.
This is
Solid
important.
and well put together police investigations do take a lot of time.
It's a great point, because a lot of people are like, why wasn't he just arrested immediately? The problem is they need concrete evidence to throw at this guy. If they arrest him, try to charge him and don't have something that sticks, like you can't charge somebody for the same thing twice, man. Not the same crime. Like there's the whole double jeopardy situation, etc. Like there's all sorts of, like, this is a very sensitive case. This is a celebrity case too, which makes it even worse. Like they have to be very certain that he's culpable. Otherwise, like if he walks, that's worse. If he walks and did it, disaster. Also awful if he didn't do it and they arrest him and all sorts of shit happens, like he gets smeared for no reason. I don't think that's the case here. He probably fucking did this shit because he's disgusting. But, you know, there's all sorts of like complexities that it's like you really don't want to fuck this shit up, because this is about a girl being groomed, abused, and murdered. So the police took their time on this, and I think it was a really good thing that they did, because he can't go anywhere. And they have plenty of excuse to search into him, plenty.
time. They should be handled extremely precisely to ensure that there are no easily exploited holes or mistakes in the case when it is brought to trial. This should be true for all criminal cases, but given just how much attention this crime has gained, the police have been even more deliberate with their actions. Burke is a famous and presumably wealthy singer. If this case does go to trial, he will be able to afford a lawyer who will go over every part of the investigation with a fine-tooth comb, finding legal loopholes and exploits that will allow his client to go free. A piece of evidence breaking the chain of custody, someone not being properly Mirandized before speaking with police, or an inappropriate relationship between a cop and a suspect are
You'll
small
find
but
anything.
significant reasons
They
that
will find
could result
anything
in the
that
child predator
will throw
and
out
murderer
any
being
evidence.
let out without consequence. Knowing that, the police and prosecution waited to arrest David until they had clear, undisputed evidence of his crimes. While we, the public, can look at his music videos and his propensity to cast women who looked exactly like Celeste and murder
Not
them in
guilt.
said videos, and say that he probably killed her, that would not hold up in court. All the
Does not.
evidence that existed online against him could easily be hand-waved away by a good lawyer. They were friends. He was acting like an older brother to her. He just happened to have a female friend who looked similar enough to Celeste
there's
that
a lot
people were
of
just getting them mixed up.
there's a
Moreover,
lot of
every single
semantics
tweet that had supposed new
that can
evidence
shed
had to
doubt.
have been looked over, validated, and then investigated. Neither my brother nor I could claim to be law enforcement, but after we reported on this case, we got a number of emails from someone who was clearly affected by what happened here, to the point where they were sending us what they believed was evidence that they had also sent to the police. Everything they sent was fake, but seemed real enough to them and others. And given how inconsequential our channel is in the grand scheme of things, it would be fair to assume that police received hundreds of thousands of fake tips that they needed to look into. The
Also a major issue. Also a major issue. When something like this, a high profile sort of case happens like this, you bet people will try to use it for attention or try to be a part of it for attention. Like, they probably had to go through quadruple the amount of fake evidence that they did real evidence. And the only reason they found the real evidence is because they had to go through the fake stuff. And that's terrible. I can't imagine being the type of person doing peed on a child victim case, but there's all sorts of weird ass people out there.
Investigation was trying to piece together what happened to Celeste as best they could, given the state of her body and the months that had passed since her death.
Not to mention some people actually like submit fake evidence innocuously, like they think they're actually helping when they're not. Just to clarify, not everybody who throws in fake evidence actually thinks it's fake. Some people are very genuine and are just trying to help. That's unfortunately also something that happens, but there is also people that just do that shit on purpose.
The crime scene had likely been cleaned up. Her body had decomposed in the LA sun to the point where her head was described as near skeletal, and she had been dismembered. The investigation had an uphill battle to try and determine the exact cause of death where her murder took place. That's not even factoring in the fact that Burke is a famous singer and recording artist who was surrounded by people who profited directly off of his fame and success. He had business managers, assistants, PR people, and more around him on a near constant basis. And every single individual had motive to either ignore the crimes he was committing in
Or
their
facilitate
presence,
it.
or to help him clean up after the fact. According to some reports, the police struggled to find anyone close to the case who was willing to help the investigation. Many people working with David or even friendly
Doesn't
with
shock
him
me.
would decline to speak to them, which obviously made their job harder. But more importantly, because Burke is famous, the case needed to be handled as precisely as possible. The autopsy was conducted on Celeste's body, but it took a significant amount of time to properly piece together what exactly happened. At first, the most they were able to tell the public was that Celeste's death was ruled as a homicide, but they said nothing about how that came to be. It was only after David had been arrested that the LAPD gave the public a bit more information. According to the medical examiner, Celeste was stabbed twice, once in the upper abdomen and the other in the left side of the chest. The 14-year-old had put up a fight against David, with multiple defensive wounds found on her hands. Due to the rate of decomposition, it was unclear if Celeste had been drugged prior to the murder, as some reports showed that she had meth and MDMA in her system, while others denied the presence of drugs. There was also evidence that she might have been drunk, but again, that could have been from the decomposition. According to a press conference the prosecution did on April 20th, 2026, Burke killed Hernandez on April 23rd, 2025, months earlier than people had theorized. They went further to say that after murdering the 14-year-old, the singer waited to mutilate her body until May 5th, when he took an unplanned trip to a remote area of Santa Barbara. He then wrapped her body in plastic and left it in the front of his car for 4 months. Burke was also charged with lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14, with Police Chief Jim McDonnell stating that there is significant evidence that David had sexually exploited her, and when she threatened to expose their relationship, he killed her to preserve his career. In total, David has 3 charges against him: first-degree murder with special circumstances, lewd and lascivious acts with
Really
a child
bad.
under 14, and mutilating a body. He has pled not guilty to the charges against him, and his lawyers have denied that he was the cause of her death, and have taken the odd legal strategy of asking the judge for a preliminary hearing within 10 days. That demand came in on April 20th, 2026.
I did not know
Now,
that.
this is an often unused legal strategy, as it puts the
It's to
prosecution
rush the
on
prosecution,
defense
yeah.
and forces them to have their case ready to go immediately.
Mhm.
There has been some chatter online, particularly by some legal podcasts, that the police went rogue and decided to arrest David because they were sick of waiting for the prosecution to act.
Nope.
We've seen no evidence of this.
Not the case.
But the
Doesn't
idea is
happen.
that the prosecution was waiting to move on the case until they felt they had a smoking gun, while the cops believed that
The cops and the prosecution work very closely together. They're a very friendly sort of dynamic. They seldom stab each other in the back like that.
they had more than enough to act on. If the cops acted on their own, then the actual case against David and what the prosecution can prove
Would get
could be
fucked.
flimsy.
Yep.
Even so, they would usually still have a considerable amount of time to build the case before it goes to trial. People who didn't want to come forward because they relied on David for money could turn on him, and more evidence could be procured, and they would have time to make an even more robust case.
Yep.
But this action
Yeah, they're basically trying to rush the prosecution so the prosecution doesn't have any time to flip any of the people near David or involved at all, or try to find anybody who would be willing to. They're trying to rush this out preliminarily, which is where they establish evidence, by the way. I don't know if how much is like known of preliminary trials. It's basically where both lawyers, prosecution and defense, approach the bench, the judge, and are like, this is the stuff I have, this is the stuff they have. What do we allow, what do we not? They get to argue like what is actually admissible, what isn't. So when an actual trial happens, lawyers don't just pull out. This is a very like fake thing, by the way. When like lawyers pull out evidence out of nowhere in the middle of a court case in like a show, they don't really do that. They can't do that. That would immediately make it inadmissible. That's why the preliminary trial happens, so they can present evidence. Can you give an example of evidence that isn't allowed? It's not really like, there's not really like a list, man. It's nuanced to each case. It can be like all sorts of things. Like he was talking about with like, the difficulty of him being famous and wealthy. He can grab a lawyer that will pick apart anything to throw out any bit that'll help him. Like it can be as little as like one officer forgot to sign on the chain of evidence inside of the evidence locker that he took a piece of evidence for the case. Therefore, fruit of the poison tree, which is like the term, whatever, like that, the chain of evidence for that specific piece of evidence isn't consistent. It could have been tampered with. The whole piece of evidence gets thrown out. That goes away. It's gone. So it's dependent on the case. There's all sorts of things that a lawyer can do. That's the scary part. Yeah, like it's the preliminary stuff is basically to help decide what is even pertinent, because there's probably a mound of evidence against him based on the little bit we're told. The amount that we know, this is what's crazy. We're being told all of this. This is not even evidence. None of this is evidence. None of this is admissible by any means. So what the actual prosecution has is much worse, I imagine. Because all we have is like random streams, timelines, vague, not even vague, music videos, etc. Like we have very little. They have a lot more shit.
Would destroy any of that. At a status hearing for his upcoming preliminary hearing, the prosecutors made a significant detail public for the first time, and that was the fact that he was found with a significant amount of child sexual abuse material on his phone during his arrest. And given the charges against him, it is likely that some of the material involves Celeste. At time of recording, the next preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 1st, 2026, and the prosecution has stated that they are ready and willing to go to trial within the next 2 months. And I hope
That was
that is
4
true.
days ago. I wonder how that went,
Celeste Rivas
actually.
Hernandez had her life stolen out from under her. She
Mhm.
was 11 years old when she began talking to David, and he groomed her into a sexual relationship. She was vulnerable, isolated, and he purposely did everything in his power to remove her from her family and make her feel as if he alone understood her. And she deserves justice above all else. I hope sincerely that the prosecution is ready to take the case to trial, and that the police did not act on their own accord and jeopardize the case.
I
She
doubt
deserves
it.
better than that,
I doubt
as do
it.
all victims. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you believe that David is guilty? Why or why not? Do you think the case will go to trial? Or do you think he'll eventually change his plea? With that said, if there's a video you would like to see on the channel, you can let me know by emailing me at dreading.official@gmail.com. Have a great day and remember, stay safe.
I would be shocked if he... I would be shocked if he changed his plea or took one. I would be shocked. Like, that's not something in his position, someone in his position would do. If he's got all the money in the world and all of the fame to push around, like, they're going to do as much as they can to try to get the case mistrialed or evidence thrown out or things picked apart. Like, they're going to do a bunch. They're going to do the most to try to get away with shit. It's gross. It's gross, man. It's bad stuff. Like I said, it's bad. This doesn't, and this is, once again, like, this isn't even like most of it. He did a good job of getting like the overall gist of what happened to this poor girl. That doesn't even cover like his family or her family eventually being aware of the dynamic and where she was and allowing it. To my knowledge, this doesn't even go over the fact that like the CSAM on his phone that they have is like 40 terabytes. Terabytes, by the way. It's a disgusting amount. It's 40 terabytes of evidence. I can imagine most of it is that, guys. I don't know why we're distinct. I get that you want it to be correct, but also like, what is the point you're making? I get it. It's probably not 40 terabytes of CSAM. I can guarantee you a lot of that is that. Because God knows a text message ain't taking up a terabyte, guys. Come on. This is a semantic that, like, I get why you're bringing it up in case. Okay. Let's maybe not. We're splitting hairs over something that's like a, you know, I misspoke. That's fair. But also like 40 terabytes of like hit. Why this fucker's evil. How about that? Is that okay? You know, to me, I don't care what amount of it is it or not, guys. The fact that any of it happens, the fact that any of it is present is bad. Like, any is enough. Any is too much. Come on. We don't need to be pulling apart this sort of thing. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's enough. I've had enough of this today. That's, you know, this is bad. I've got more videos up in the queue, but I've seen enough today. I don't want to see more. I don't want to see anymore. Yes. Plus, it is time for a sponsor. Completely unrelated to everything that we just watched and endured. So I think that's a good time to sort of vibe switch and do something more enjoyable or fun instead of, continuing to do that shit. So, all right.